Good afternoon, everybody. Get situated here, and as you find me in your news feed, there I am. Perfection. I love when things work out. That makes me happy. So my name is Dawn Bourget. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who is infatuated and in love with inks, paper, and all the good things of paper crafting. I apologize to you right now. My dog seems to think that she needs to talk to the dog next door through our window. Oh, goodness. I don't know. I just don't know. It's life, right? It's life. So anyway, bear with the dog barking in the background. Pearl decided that she needed to make a cameo appearance or something. Anyway, so as we get started here and you find me in your news feed, please say hello. Let me know where you're viewing from. And I do, before we start with anything else, for those of you who were at my BOGO sale yesterday, this is my 14th year doing a BOGO event. And it was a lot of fun, and they're always a bit of work because the setup is crazy. For those of you who've seen the pictures, I still have a lot of stuff. After 14 years of being a demonstrator, things accumulate, and you know, I hate to throw anything away, right? So anyway, thank you so much for those of you who attended. I appreciate you so much. So we're getting orders together slowly. So for those of you who did attend the BOGO, you have until Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the evening to call me with your order. So you have a coupon, and now you can use it and go ahead and shop. And then we'll deduct the coupon from your order. So the only thing that you're responsible for is the overage, the shipping, and the tax, which I think is a pretty good deal myself. But anyway, thanks again, you guys, for coming. See the silly QR code here. If you are not already, please sign up for my newsletter. It's all the happenings that are going on here at the chalet. I'm going to straighten up my camera here just a little bit. Okay, so go ahead, open up your camera. I think most cameras now on cell phones have a QR code reader. Go ahead and point your camera to the QR code, and it will give you a link. So you just tap on it on your screen. It'll take you right to where you need to go to sign up for my newsletter. It is so easy. It's not even 5 minutes, I promise. Okay, let's go through some other things. Also, as you guys see things that I'm using today, here is the May host code. So you put this in before you start to actually check out. It's towards the bottom of the shopping cart. So as you view your cart, you'll go down towards the bottom. It'll say, I think it just says host code. So you can go ahead and put that code in. Hey, Judy. Hi. Happy Sunday crafternoon. So anyway, if you put that code in, that's awesome. And I always like to give a little something, especially for orders of $50 or more. And if you do spend $150 or more, please do not use the host code. That means that you're going to get some rewards back. Hey, Evelyn, happy Sunday crafternoon. I had fun seeing you yesterday. You're awesome. You're just really awesome. So anyway, if you do spend $150 or more on your order at my online store, don't use the host code because you'll get a little reward back to yourself, which is some free product credit. So anyway, I wanted to make sure I showed you that. Sometimes this gets shoved aside as we get to crafting, and I didn't want to forget to show the host code for May. Let's see, what else we got up our sleeve here today? Of course, I'm in all the places online, so if you guys would like to go ahead and follow me, you have found me, first of all, on my business page. I also have a community, a group on Facebook, which is called Dawn's Creative Chalet Community, and I'd love to have you join me over there as well. And then, of course, I have my YouTube channel, and I upload all of my Facebook lives over to YouTube and on my blog. So either way, Dawn's Creative Chalet, or on my blog, dawnscreativechalet.com. Kind of see a trend there, don't you? Oh, goodness. Also, what else was I going to tell you? Oh, Pinterest, of course. Although I always forget to pin all my stuff. So if you guys are on my blog, go ahead and pin it. If you could, that'd be awesome. I know I keep forgetting to do that. I don't know. Oh, some days it's hard just to keep my head on straight. Also some upcoming events here at the chalet. Just to mention the paper pumpkin, which is coming out for the June kit now, because May sign up was ended on the 10th. So on the 11th of May, which was what, a couple days ago, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. See, I tell you, all these days are meshing together. So as of yesterday, you can sign up for the June kit. So the 11th of May through June 10th. And it is called Life is Sweet. So it's this one right here. It's going to feature our 5 in colors, which I'm really excited about. You guys have seen them, obviously, by now. And they are yummy. That's the best way to describe them. They're yummy. Hi, Lori. Happy Sunday afternoon to you. It's good to see you. Happy Mother's. In fact, happy Mother's Day to all of you. Happy Mother's Day. I hope that you guys are getting spoiled rotten today, because you deserve it. Also, the Ludington, Michigan Starbucks Sip and Stamp, where we just go ahead, we make a free craft, we gather, we have a lot of fun. Go ahead, bring a friend as well. Each get to make one free make and take, and that is coming up on Friday, June the 7th. In fact, I was already getting my things together for that. So Friday, June the 7th from noon to 2. Now, just an FYI, as we get into July, that first Friday, I think is like the 3rd or something. Help me out here because I don't have a calendar other than on my phone, and my phone right now is the camera. But I think it's like June 3rd, which is on a Friday. That is a holiday weekend. And Ramani, who is the manager of Starbucks, begs me not to do the Sip and Stamp on a holiday weekend. So we're going to bump it a week later. So we'll be talking more about that later, but excuse me, just wanted to give you a heads up on that. So that holiday weekend, we're not going to be at Starbucks. We're going to bump it back a week later. Okay, so it'll be the following Friday after the holiday. What else? Oh, my creative card class is coming up on the 13th of June. And just to give you a quick sneaky peeky at those, in fact, these might be familiar to you if you've watched the live. I was wanting to use this bundle, and it gave me a good excuse to get my cards designed for the class. So this is Creative Card Class for June the 13th. That is $30 or free with a minimum order of $30. And that is on Thursday, June the 13th at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30 p.m. And then we have the Product Inclusive class. This stuff is beautiful, isn't it? I love the Designer Series paper. It's called Thoughtful Journey as far as the whole suite goes. So I'm hoping, because I'm looking at suites and availability, and some of the things already are not available because of one item hit or miss in different suites are running low, or right now they're not orderable, which, you know, if it happens, it happens, and we'll just do something different, or we'll dig into my stash and then I just owe you whatever later. I'll figure it out. But right now I'm not going to think too hard about that because things change on a dime, don't they? And that's about everything for June, because I think May, I've really had a busy May. So June, we're going to kick back a little bit. And summertime gets here, and I know people get busy. Also, online exclusives. I know I talk about this every single week, but if you guys have this now, which is our new annual catalog, oh my goodness. Pearl is so obsessed with this big dog next door. I'm sorry. Anyway, she's going to be our background noise today. But anyway, with that being said, there's products on the online store that you will never find in a printed publication. And again, I know we talk about this every week. But it's going to get to be where we're using that online store a little bit more and a little bit more, especially as we get towards the end of the year. We're going to have a few changes, but it's nothing that we can't handle. We got this. But anyway, with that being said, in July, we're having a new bunch of stuff. I don't know what it's going to be. I did get a hint of that it's going to be some Christmas things. So if you guys are those people that like to make your Christmas cards early, from my understanding, it's going to be Christmas related items that will be introduced into the online store. They're exclusive to the online store in July. So that's kind of fun. And in June, if you're a demonstrator, you can order those products a month early, which will be in June. So just a heads up and a reminder on that. I know we talk about it every week, but in case we do have somebody new, right? Yeah, Evelyn, she's cute, but I tell you, for a little dog, she's got a big bark. Let's see, I've also already told you about Paper Pumpkin. And then let's talk about this for a minute. Oh my goodness. So for those of you who are not a demonstrator, this is a great time to join the family, right? Right now, what they're doing is they're offering the starter kit for $99. You're responsible for the tax. You get the shipping for free. So it's $99. You get, let's reverse. $99. You get to choose $126 of product. No, $125. Oh my lordy, I need to put my head on straight today. This is going to be a fun live, you guys. $99, you get to pick $125 of product. That's $26 extra dollars for you. You get the free shipping, you only pay tax. So that's around a $12-ish savings on your shipping. And then, hey, Claudia, hi, happy Sunday afternoon and happy Mother's Day to you. And then also, we have the free Paper Pumpkin that Stampin' Up! Will throw in. It's their choice. That's around a $25 value. And then we have this right here, you guys. This in itself is worth getting the kit, okay? So with that, you're going to get all 5 ink pads, and Stampin' Up's just throwing these in. So these 4 items are a total of an $82 savings. So you're saving about, you're getting $143 of product, if my math is correct, for $99, and getting the free shipping. I mean, that in itself, for the amount of stuff you're getting. So you're going to get the collection of the 5 new in color ink pads. You're also going to get the in color of the new set of markers. Love those. You're also going to get the 6x6 designer series paper that have the different prints on them. Pretty awesome. And you're also going to get an assorted pack of the 8.5 by 11 cardstock in all 5 colors. If you can kind of see that. All right. So you're getting these things for free. I mean, they're just automatically throwing them in for you. That's pretty awesome. So if you guys have any questions on it, just let me know. Like I said, I cannot stand to lose a good deal. Hey, Gail, happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Sunday afternoon. So I wanted to, again, share this. I'm going to be sharing this until it's done because I truly believe that this is a really good deal. And I know I have some of you guys who are buying from me all the time that are asking, what is the best deal? This right here. This right here is it. And then, of course, I broke it all down, and I've already shared that with you. Okay, cool. So what are we going to do today? So I was looking through the catalog, and there is a suite of products. Let's open it up. And it caught my eye. To Market, or also called Market Goodness, as far as the bundle. So when I see this, I kind of fell in love with it. I love to go to the market during the summertime. So, of course, going to the market, summertime, that's all kind of related together, right? You get all your fresh fruits and vegetables. And we have a market that's just up the road that not only do they carry the fruits and veggies and the locally homemade baked goods from the Amish, but they also have a section that has like antiques and furniture that's shabby chic. Oh my gosh. If I had a larger house right now, there are so many items I would purchase. But I do have to be very careful. Right now I'm still in the small house, so until I get to the big house, I have to control myself. But nonetheless, I love little markets, and it just, I don't know, they're lots of fun, right? So anyway, this caught my eye. The designer paper. So I made these little swatch sheets. Say that 10 times fast. For all of the new designer paper. So you can get a feel. Because my package of DSP is now all chopped up. So it's kind of hard to tell, although I know that these 2-inch swatches aren't always the best. But it gives you an idea of the colors that are in it. Gives you the item number here. So if you want to jot that down, if this is something that you're interested in, it has all the things on it. Okay? So we're going to center our projects around the designer paper because you can cut out either with the dies or with scissors, or if you even have an e-cutter. You can cut out these items out of the paper and make some really cool cards. And as you can see in the samples, which they're going to look familiar to you because we're using these. I use my book as an idea guide, I guess you want to call it that. I didn't know where to go with it first, so I thought, you know what? Why not just go ahead and we're going to create with some of these items that they show right in the book. Why not? They're cute. They're very cute. And I wanted to make them anyway. So we're going to make them together. How's that? So you can see how easy it is when you're just using some of your designer series paper to make some very quick and easy cards. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to show you too the bundle. Hey, Kristen. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Sunday afternoon. So here is the stamp set, and you can do some 2-step stamping. We're not even going to use these. I'm totally using the designer paper. And then here are the dies. I think that this basket, or I don't know what you want to call it, a weaved tote, a basket, whatever, is so stinking cute. But anyway, you can use these to cut some of these items out of the designer series paper, which I truly dig. So, like I said, this bundle, as far as I know, the whole suite of this is yet available. I know I was looking just a couple minutes ago. I see some of the suites have, like I said, a product randomly here or there that aren't available. So you can't use the suite item number. You have to order what you can with the individual items and then stock to see when that item is that's missing out of the suite becomes available. Does that make sense? I hope so. Sometimes I talk in circles and I have no idea. Oh, no worries. No worries at all, Kristen. I'm glad that you're here. And then also, as always, I seem to use these all the time, but these are the Stylish Shapes dies. And here is the number right here. They may have gone up in price. I've had these since they became available, what was it, 2 years ago? But it's item 159183 for these. And these are like a staple, my go-to. If these ever retire, they better put something in its place that's very, very similar, or I'm going to be very upset. As if Stampin' Up, whatever. Anyway, they really are a good set to have in your craft room. Okay, grabbing all the things here. Let's see. We'll do this card first. This, you guys, so super easy. You don't have to watch me cut out any of the stuff because I already did all that. I knew you didn't want to watch me do all that stuff, but I don't remember if these are actually available right now or if they are just not currently available, but they're the note cards and envelopes, and they're 3.5 by 5 in size, and they come in a pack of 20. Hey, Jamie, happy Sunday afternoon and happy Mother's Day to you. If there's anybody that I didn't say hi to, please let me know. I want to say hi to you live, right? Okay, so anyway, these are the note cards and envelopes. There's 20 note cards, 20 envelopes, super reasonably priced. I know that everything's gone up in price in general, but anyway, if you're one of those people that don't want to cut and score, these are already cut and scored for you, and you get the envelopes as well that are just stinking cute. So with that being said, I decided to layer, just like they did on the card in the book. Okay, so I cut out a piece of, oh, there's the envelope. Oh, there's everything. I'm like, where did I put all my stuff? I put them inside. Inside the note card. I was gonna panic for a second. Oh no. Anyway, so this is cut at 3.25 by 4 3/4 because this is 3.5 by 5 and already pre-cut, pre-scored. So we're just gonna end up layering it as a layer on our card base. So I've cut out all these little goodies here. How many of you guys eat radishes? I believe that that's what that is. That is not one of my favorite things, I will admit. I love a lot of vegetables, but radishes are kind of weird to me. Or what can you do? Does anybody put together a recipe with radishes? I don't know. I know, like, for color, they say, you know, you do? Seriously? Okay, well, hey, I learned something new about you, Kristen. All these years I've known you, and I didn't know that. All right, so these are images right out of the designer series paper. And we are just going to go ahead and randomly kind of stick them on. Like I said, these cards are super easy. But maybe with you seeing me playing with this stuff, and if you really weren't sure about, whoops, I'm losing my radish here. He was scooting away. And maybe you weren't sure about the designer paper or something like that. I truly love it. Like, I love easy. I know I've told you guys before that use them in salads. Hey, there you go. But aren't they like an onion? And they're crunchy, aren't they? They're crunchy. Oh my gosh, you guys are all like, love radishes. Oh my goodness, I must be the oddball. Okay, I have a story to tell you guys, so you're going to laugh. So since I'm just pasting things, I can handle like walking, talking at the same time. So when I was younger, radishes, just wish I could, okay. But you're the only one who likes them. Got it. Yeah, that can happen, for sure. So when I was younger, my grandma, she did a lot of canning and things like that. And she also loved gatherings with family. And anyway, of course, when you gather, right, for family functions, everybody brings, you know, those dishes to pass, and which I always love. But the one thing I never loved were those cold salads that people would bring, including my mom and my grandma. And they would put these crunchy things in them. Like, it would be a yummy macaroni salad, but then they would destroy it with either this raw, crunchy celery or raw onion. And I just had this, like, I don't know, maybe partially it's a texture thing. I'm not sure. But, and I just don't like, I don't know, raw, crunchy. Is this kind of icky? I don't know. I am so weird. But anyway, by the way, I used, as I was yapping, Blackberry Bliss ink onto a piece of pumpkin pie. And I believe this was cut at, let's see here, let's measure, because I do not remember. About 5/8 of an inch by 1 3/4. Okay, anyway, so they would have these salads, and it would have the crunchy stuff in them, and I was like, ugh, yuck. I just I didn't like it. And of course, I was always told, well, you have to have that stuff in the salads. That's what gives it flavor. I don't know. And then I would have already put it on my plate, and they're like, it's on your plate. Now you have to eat it. Ugh, gross. Just, yeah. And to this day, I still am really not a fan of cold salads. So if you ever invite me to a function and I don't eat your cold salad, please don't take it personally. I just don't like the surprise of something crunchy in it. Oh, gosh. The things you learn about me on a live, right? I am weird. I admit it. Okay, so I also went ahead and ahead of time I tied a cute little bow with linen thread because I felt like it was too naked without it. So I'm going to go ahead now and attach this with dimensionals to my card. So I just took some of the images that were cut out of the designer series paper and scattered them around, and we have a cute little card. All right, and just like so, I see you guys laughing at me. It's okay. I laugh at me too. I know I'm very odd. Okay, and also in the Sweeter product are these. I'm going to take them right out of the packaging so you can get a good look at them. They are a lot of fun. The actual name of them is Transparent Adhesive Backed Dots. Give you guys a good peeky at them. I love the colors, the greens. And I'm going to go ahead and grab, if I can find it. Oh no, where did it go? Well, my take your pick tool just ran away. So until I find it, we're going to use this guy. This has been with me. Oh my gosh. This little pick has been with me since I started doing altered books back in the late 90s. And I've never lost it. It's always been by my side. I used to take it along with me to class in Muskegon when we did altered books. Good times. Miss those. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put one here. And one there. And there we have card number 1. Wow, that really... Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. If you guys don't have this, these are handy because the tips... And then they added even more tips so you can interchange on your tool. Anyway, so I've always kept this in case I lose track of the other. I always figure one's going to show up sooner or later. Anyway, you're taking notes, are you? Uh-oh. This could actually haunt me, you know. I got to be careful. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, let's see. Let's do this one next. This one's got some small bits and pieces to it. So these itty bitty flowers, they are so stinking cute. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up here. There you go. Hello, Marilyn. Happy Sunday afternoon and happy Mother's Day. So this is that basket or the tote or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do some quick heat embossing. And then I just love these cute little itty bitty flowers. And even this little guy for the stem. There's a bow as well, but I forgot to cut it out. So I was like, you know what? Heck with it. We got enough stuff cut here, and it's small, and it'll probably get lost under my nail anyway. So we're going to keep it like that and just add a linen bow instead. So let's go ahead and move these things aside before I accidentally have them fly on the floor. This is a piece of pumpkin pie cut at, thank you, I'm glad you like it. Cut it 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. On the inside is a piece of basic white. We've cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead, stick this inside so I just get this piece right out of the way. And then we have a piece of the Designer Series paper. Give you guys a close-up of that. Oh, there's the vegetables. Yeah, that's where I got from the first card, cutting those out. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. So I was like, do I really want to use this? But it really matches. But I really like the vegetables. I'm always torn when you have designer paper that's actually pretty on both sides. I really want to hate one side so I don't feel bad cutting it, right? I know. Okay, 3.5 by 5. And then I believe this is, I'm going to double check though, 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And this is basic white. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to glue them on the front of the card, as I call it, the technical term, kittywampus. I don't know what else to call it. Purposely crooked, I guess we could call it that. So I'm going to go ahead, stick that on like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, I need my little rubber band. I had to borrow a bunch of my rubber band collection for yesterday's BOGO. I'm realizing that rubber bands have a shelf life of maybe a year, especially when they're in a storage unit. And I like to, when I sell my stuff, when they're bundles, rubber band them together, obviously, so everybody knows, hey, this stays together. I had a lot of rubber bands I had to go through yesterday and the day before the sale. And if you guys know how many bundles I have, that was a treat. Okay, so I just dotted some multi-purpose liquid glue on the back of that. It would have been smart of me if I would have used the adhesive sheets, but I didn't think of that at the time. But you don't want to use those if you're going to put things in your bag, which is another cute way to use this, because the vegetables will show through them being inside this cute little bag, which is a neat little look. Okay, so we're going to stick them on there just like so. There we go. And I'm going to put, I'm going to wait and put those on after. I have a linen thread bow already made. We're going to set this aside for a minute and we're going to do some heat embossing. How many of you guys, when you first started stamping, did this first as far as heat embossing? Heat embossing is what had me really, truly fall in love with all this stuff. Let me get all my goodies here. All right, so for those, I know I had this out one other time, and I was asked about the tray. The tray, these two tools, and I think this little guy, I call it a powder puff, but it's really not that. It's just, it almost reminds me of the powder that we used in gymnastics, you know, to get rid of the, oh gosh, Kristen, help me out here. Like your oils and stuff. Anyway, so I believe it's all this stuff that goes together. And I think, what is this called again? The Embossing Editions Toolkit. And this is an online only. Yes, resin. Thank you. It was there. It just was floating around in my brain elsewhere. Anyway, so this is nice to just rid the moisture, and it helps to break the static, things like that. So I always like to give a little tappy, tappy, tappy. And then that way your embossing powder won't stick, okay? And then, of course, you'll want to use Versamark when you do embossing, just in case someone's new, right? Anyway, this is, I call it invisible ink. It has glycerin in it so that things will stick to it. This is also a really great ink pad if you just want to do like a watermark look for a background, which is also very cool. To get it to dry faster, you would just give it a shot of your heat tool. All right, so we have that stamped with the Versamark. I'm going to grab my white embossing powder. I'm also going to grab these because no matter what, I always get my fingers in the middle of this. I go ahead, I just pour a generous amount. Tappity tap, because what's cool about this tray, it has that little spout that you just can pour it all back in. So, you know, I'm very generous with my powder. I don't tap it too much because you don't want to tap the powder right off. I do not have my Stampin' Up! Heat tool here. It is in storage somewhere. So we're using the one that I do have available. What I do like about this one, it doesn't just shoot out the air forcefully. It's more of a gentle and more even heat. It does get up to about 140 degrees or so, I believe. It's hot. It's not a hair dryer, even though it looks like it. But what I also like about it is I can talk over it, and you guys can still hear me. You get that other thing going, and it's hard to hear, right? It's noisy. All right. Looks like it's cooking. So some people have asked me, what exactly is embossing powder? Embossing powder is basically plastic that is ground up to tiny little bits. And what we're doing is we're melting plastic onto a piece of paper. Pretty cool, right? Alrighty. Get this stuff right out of the way. Hey, Kathy. Happy Sunday crafternoon and happy Mother's Day to you. All right, we're going to bring all of our little goodies back in, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on first. That way I will know where to position my flowers, my itty bitty flowers. We're going to stick that right about there. Here is where the surgery comes in. These things are so tiny, but they're so cute. I'm going to bring in my multi-purpose liquid glue. And we're going to stick this right about there. And then I need my take your pick tool, because on this side we have this little putty piece to help me pick up those very small pieces that could definitely get lost under my fake nails. All right, we're going to go ahead. I cut these out with the dies in pumpkin pie and crushed curry. I just thought that they were fun, fresh colors to use together. And when you use the die, it also cuts out the baby ones too. It cuts out one larger and one small flower. Whoops, uh-oh. My flower just went a-flying. Oh my gosh. Okay, little guy, cooperate for me. There we go. Perfect. And then I will save these for another project. And we'll put this on, this linen thread bow, with a couple of mini glue dots. Oops, I missed one down here. There we go. So who has some fun plans today, or did you already do something fun for Mother's Day? How are you celebrating the day today? I hope that you're all being completely spoiled, because you all deserve it. Being a mom is, I think, the hardest job. It has to be the hardest job. Hi, Nancy. Happy Sunday crafternoon. I use the clear on my original, but I really like this deep green. I think it's garden green, isn't it? Looks like it. because it kind of coordinates with the garden green that I cut out on the stem for the flowers. So that is card number 2. And I think I put my bow on kind of kitty wampus, but that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and do card number 3. We're just cruising right along today. This sweatshirt I have on is driving me nuts. I got this at On Stage. Check that out. Isn't that cool? It's all the way up the arm sleeves, both of them. And normally their stuff runs small, so I ordered a big size because I don't like anything that kind of sticks to me at all. I don't like that form-fitting stuff. There's no way, Jose. So I ordered a larger size, and the thing is like, it's huge. It's big. So I'm going to try to be shrinking this puppy in the dryer. But I was so happy I finally got it. All right. So we have a lot of bits and pieces here. Here's the original card. So this is what we're going to make. So this is, again, using all designer series paper. The only thing that I did stamp were these little X's, these little things here, the stitching, and then the sentiment. And both of those are stamped with pumpkin pie. The rest of it is from the To the Market. I believe it's called Designer Series Paper. This is a piece of crumb cake, cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. The inside piece is basic white, and it is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to go ahead, put a little bit of liquid glue on it. We're going to stick it inside here for the liner of the card. And I'm going to set this aside for now. We're going to go ahead and take this piece of white. I forgot to write down, and yeah, I didn't do my cheat sheets. What's up with that? So this piece of basic white is 3 by 4. 3 by 4. These pieces of Designer Series paper in that pack, isn't that pretty? I love Blackberry Bliss. I like using it again because I haven't used it in a while. There's 2 pieces of these cut out at 1/2 by 3 inches each. So 1/2 by 3 inches, 2 of these. And I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to attach these on either end of this paper. So on the back side, I'm going to, this darn little thing, I need to get a rubber band. Put a little bit of glue on there, and then just eyeballing it, just like so. I'm going to do the same on this end. Put just a tiny bit of glue, and then again, line it up, just like that. How cute. And then what I'm going to do is get my pumpkin pie ink pad and get this little guy. We'll call him Mr. Stitches. Hi, Carol. Happy Sunday crafternoon. Happy Mother's Day. And then we're also going to use this sentiment, which says bursting with happiness. I thought that would be kind of cute on it. So we're going to go ahead and do that stamping first. That way I know I have enough room for my greeting, and I know where to place my cute little totes with all my veggies and my fruits. So we're going to take Mr. Stitch here first, and we're going to go ahead and stamp it up at the top. Ink it again. Hopefully you can still see. Yeah, okay, I'm still on the screen. I just want to make sure. Sometimes I forget to check, and I just get to going. And I'm like, wait a minute, they can't even see what I'm doing. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to take the sentiment, ink it up as well in pumpkin pie, and stamp it up towards the top, just like that. That's the only stamping that we'll be doing. All right, get that out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and build up our baskets or bags or totes or whatever you'd like to call them. So there is a sheet in this paper, ooh, I got ink on that, but that's okay. We're going to cover it anyway. I must have gotten Blackberry Bliss on my hands. So we're just going to cover that. We can always fix something in stamping, right? Always. Anyway, let me grab the paper. I'm going to show you guys something. Okay. Like I said, I've cut into it, so. But anyway, so here were the vegetables that we're going to use. And then, let's see here. Find the others. I should have had these out. I apologize. Aha. So here is the paper with the little totes, which I think is so cute because you can either cut across, right, to use on a card, or just actually cutting them out. The back side is this right here. That looks familiar, doesn't it? But then there's also, there's something else we're going to use as well. Here we go. These right here. So these are easy to cut out as well. And we're going to be using these on the card. I just thought that they were so stinking cute. And kind of appropriate for Mother's Day, right? Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do, and these are going to come right off the paper because I still have room on my card base as they floweth over. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use some dimensionals on these cute little totes, but I don't want to put them too far up and I don't want to put too many together. And you'll see why in a minute, because you're going to want to stick stuff down into the bag and you don't want to not be able to have them fit. You're like, Dawn, I still don't know what you mean. You'll see in just a minute here. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness. Everything is sticking to my nails. That's too funny. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and we'll put that one right there. And we're going to cover up my goober right there. See? Good as new. No one will ever know. It is our secret. And then I think what I'll do, I'm going to work on my vegetables first, and then we'll play with the flowers. Aren't these adorable? Oh, I love those. Okay. So I think I'll put the big guy in first. Mr. Lettuce. We're going to stick him into the bag. Like so. See what I mean? So that way you still have room to slide things underneath there. And then get our little bunch of carrots. And we're going to slide those in like that. And, okay, I'm assuming, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Is this a radish and this a beet? Did I, I don't know. Anyway, it's a vegetable that I don't eat. Somebody help me out. I know it's delayed. I know I'll find a comment sooner or later. I know you guys are laughing. But anyway, so what's the difference between, or are radishes two different colors? I don't know. My inquiry mind wants to know. And then, of course, we have, and then this is an onion, right? A purple onion. Can you tell that I don't cook? Purple are beets. Okay. So I was calling the radish a beet. No, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I know you're shaking your head. You're like, she's a hot mess. Okay, I think we got enough vegetables. We're going to save those for another card. And now we're going to go ahead and work on our flowers. How fun. So for this, in order for it to fit, I got to cut off his stems. I learned that he was just a little too tall otherwise. So we're going to put that, I think, so I don't want to cover the sentiment, so I'm going to lift that up and put him in like so. And I think I might have to trim that one off as well, just to make sure I have enough room here. Oops. I should have actually put the red in there first because I wanted him behind. Oh well, we're just going to do it this way. It's all good. And then we're going to cut that off even more. So he's going to be put in the front like that. All right. And then I wanted to add a linen thread bow and get my mini glue dots. And we're going to stick them right there. And then I'm going to bring back our card base. And I want to attach this whole thing with dimensionals. Isn't this designer paper cute? It really is. And the more I played with it, I was just falling in love with it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just stinking cute. And there's so much that you can do with the paper and not even really stamp much. You know, of course, the sentiment. And I love that little stitchy guy, the stitched stamp. And go ahead and put that on like so. And that is, oops, I need bling. Come back here, bling. Okay. And I use the light color. Let's use the purpley. Every time I hear purple, did you guys see the movie Elf? And he goes, you look very purpley today. So every time I'm using any purple, whether it's like Gorgeous Grape, Blackberry Bliss, I always think I'm saying, you look very purpley today. Because she had a purple dress on or something. I don't know. But it was cute. It was a cute movie. Okay. So there is card number 3. So let's go ahead and bring them back. Let's see here. We have this one. And this one. And, whoops. And this one right here. I don't know. So cute. I had so much fun. I'm so glad that you guys popped on today. I know that today's a special day for a lot of you. Hey, Judy. Happy Sunday crafternoon. Happy Mother's Day to you. I appreciate you guys hopping on. Like I said, this is a fun little suite of product. And I'm looking forward to making some more things. Being that I love going to the market just up the road. If you guys have any questions on anything, just let me know. If you have questions on the starter kit, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Be spoiled rotten. You deserve it. Have a great Mother's Day. And I will see you at 1 p.m. Eastern time right here at the chalet. Thanks again, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.